Say cheese, guys. Welcome back, guys. I'm really excited to bring this video to you guys, and you guys can probably imagine why, because if you look behind my character, we have an absolute beast of a party right now in the Underdark. I currently have the 2 Minotaurs, the Spectator, and the Bulette all in my party, and if we enter into combat with any other enemies in the Underdark, all of these guys will be with us, and they will have their own respective turns in combat, and I will actually be able to control them with most of the abilities that they can do when you face them in combat. So this is really cool. I know some of you guys already know that you can do this. Some of you guys know that you can take it to a certain level, but didn't know that you could take it to this level. Some of you guys might have no idea whatsoever, and this might be new to you. I had no idea my first couple playthroughs, so shout out to a couple people on my Discord that told me to explore this further. It's 3 in the morning right now. I've been up all night just playing around trying to get all these creatures into my party. I think you can take it even further than this, but these are kind of like the really badass creatures, the ones that can give you a hard time when you're down here in the Underdark. All of these gave me a hard time on my first playthrough, and now they're on my team. So this is really exciting. I'm going to take you guys through the steps on how you can go about doing this, and it all starts off with going to the Myconid village. If we take a look at the map right here, most people are going to enter the Underdark right here in the bottom right, through the basement of the Goblin Fortress. Now when you come out in this area, to the right is going to be the Minotaur Fight that gives a lot of people problems. If you can kill the Minotaurs, that's even better, because they can be the first corpses that you reanimate. If not, that's understandable. Stick to the left a little bit, and when you go to the left and you start going down, you're going to encounter the Bulette. If you can survive 4 rounds with the Bulette will end up going away, and you don't have to worry about it. If you can kill the Bulette, that's even better as well. And then you're going to head across the little spore field, which is where my characters currently are, and into the Myconid Colony. I'm going to go ahead and rewind to an earlier gameplay footage to show you guys who you need to talk to in the Myconid Colony. But actually, first, let me just demonstrate a couple things to you guys. Right now, I can take complete control of these creatures and actually just explore the Underdark with them alone. This is really cool, and you can actually do some of their abilities as well. With the Spectator, we have a bunch of the rays. It's really cool to be able to do this. Now, if we go over to the Minotaur, you have the charge. And then if we go over to the Bulette, where's the Bulette? Right here. The Bulette can't really do anything too crazy, but it's really good in combat with your team because it has a ton of HP. It has 105 HP. It has this little thing where it shoots acid out. You probably won't use that too much. You'll probably just use the basic attack. But yeah, you can control all of these creatures out of combat as well. So obviously you want to keep it peaceful while you're here in the Myconid Colony, and the first thing that you have to do is go talk to the Sovereign over here, Spa, and after you're done talking to him is when you're going to find the guy that we really need, which is down here to the left. He's a big bloke. And right here is his name. His name is Glut. So we're going to go up to him and talk to him. I'm going to skip through a little bit. You just got to make sure that you recruit him into your group. You can do it basically on the first dialogue. Right here, option number 3 is very well, you may join me. And there we go. Now he is actually part of our party. You guys can see right here, he's above my character portrait. And we can control him as his own entity, or he'll just follow our guy. He is a bit slow, so make sure you don't run too far ahead of him. Make sure you let him catch up. And now if we take a look at some of his abilities here, sometimes it changes. But anyways, right here, there's an ability called Raise Dead via Spores, and it says it's a cantrip. This doesn't really matter. This is the ability that we're going to use. If you end up using animating spores, you can only do 1 creature at a time. So if I went over to both Minotaurs, or Minotaurs? How do you pronounce that? If I went over to both Minotaurs and used animating spores on both of them, the second one would die, or the first one would die when I animated the second one. So you want to make sure that we use Raise Dead via Spores, the cantrip. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. I've already killed the Minotaurs and the Bulette on my way in. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to where we are back at the 2 dead Minotaurs. We're going to start animating some corpses. As many of you guys know, don't be freaked out, but when you kill the Minotaurs and take a rest and then come back, they always come back in these really creepy positions. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and select Glut. Yeah, see, now he's got all of these attacks. And we're going to go ahead and find Raise Dead via Spores. Click on that ability. And then select one of the Minotaurs. He's going to say a couple words. So then he tells us that we need to rest at our camp, and then his animation will be complete. So you're going to go ahead and switch over to one of your other characters and then go to camp and end the day. And now we're back from a long rest, and as you guys can see, we have a Minotaur Companion right now added to our party. These guys are pretty good, man. They have 76 HP. And the club that they use does 2d12 bludgeoning plus 4 strength. Not bad damage. With 76 HP, it's pretty good. Let me just quickly mention right now that the gore attack right here, it says deals 4 plus 1 bludgeoning damage. First of all, that's not actually correct. When you use gore, it actually does 2d8 plus 4 damage, I believe. And it's still bludgeoning. Some of this stuff I think is going to change in early access. I don't think things are completely complete right now. Completely complete, can I say that? Anyways, so when you're using the Minotaur, you basically just want to use your basic weapon attack and do 2d12 plus 4. You do have this charge which will knock enemies prone if you want to do that. The gore multi-attack doesn't seem to work, unfortunately, though. Alright, so now that we want to bring more into our party because we want the other Minotaur as well, we're going to go ahead and select Glut again. And this is where you have to be patient. Or not patient, this is where you have to understand that it's not going to look like it's working, but it actually is. So let's go ahead and raise dead via spores again. And now we selected the Minotaur, but he's not actually saying anything. There's no words being spoken. There's no indication that this is actually being cast on the Minotaur. But what you're going to do is go ahead and go back to one of your characters and go back to camp anyways. And when you spawn back in, now you have both Minotaurs. So there's kind of a bug. I don't know if you should be allowed to even do this in the first place, but either way, I got it to work, and now we have 2 Minotaurs in our party. And if you haven't killed the Bulette yet, now it should be a much easier fight. Or maybe you want to bring both Minotaurs to the Dwergar Lake. It's whatever you want to do. Now, like I said before, guys, if you don't want to fight the Minotaurs first, because obviously you have to kill the creature that you want to take into your party, you can go ahead and fight some of the hook horrors or take care of the Dwergar Lake and reanimate some of the Dwergars to help you fight the Minotaurs, and then either get rid of them or add to your army. Now, the cool thing is I explored places to bring these Minotaurs to help me kill the Spectator, which is up here on the map right near the beginning. And if you guys are willing to show a little bit of patience, you can actually get all of your Minotaurs and your party over into this area right here and fight the Spectator. The Spectator is going to appear right here. Right now on the map, we're back at where we started, basically near the Goblin Fortress, and you come down the stairs and you take a left, and you have to jump on this little ledge right here. It's a little bit frustrating because you have to jump all of your characters individually, and you also have to jump over this ledge. There's a couple more jumps as well. And the Minotaurs, they're going to feel like they don't fit, because once you get right here, you're not going to be able to move them. You can actually jump them again. Or you can just leave the Minotaurs right here and bring your party over here and fight the Spectator, and then do the same exact thing that I just showed you that we did with the Minotaurs. And now, another cool thing is when you actually get the Spectator, I might show some video footage while I'm talking for this. When you reanimate the Spectator right here, you're not going to be able to get him back up here. He can't jump up that high. So what you got to do with the Spectator is jump him down here, then down even further, then jump him down here. And actually, when you get down to this level right here, yep, this level right here, you're going to take him to the right through like this webbing, and he's going to come out right here, and then you're going to jump the Spectator from here all the way over to here, which is kind of near the Dwergar Lake area. And then you can actually bring the Spectator with your party. You just got to kind of figure out where you're at with him and bring the Spectator up and up and up. And then right here's the spore field right before the Myconid village. So that's how you have to get your party together. Sometimes you have to kind of play around with how to get certain creatures certain places, because some creatures are bigger, some don't jump as high, etc. So anyways, I ran into a couple problems with the Minotaurs over here, but I made it work, and I found a way with the Spectator. All right, now let's go over to the Bulette. Now I have returned to the place where I killed the Bulette, and I'm going to go ahead and take Glut and jump him over here and do the same thing that we did with everything else. We're going to go ahead and raise dead via spores. If the animation or the vocal lines don't work, remember, just make sure to go to camp and come back, and then the Bulette will spawn with you. So we're going to go ahead and go back to camp. And now you have a Bulette in your party. Believe it or not, the land shark has been tamed. The Bulette has 3 different abilities. One of them, he shoots acid out, and it actually does deal surface damage, as well as make whoever's in the acid lose 2 to their armor class, making them easier to hit. You probably won't use this too much unless you're doing it on a bunch of Dwergar at the lake or something. The Bulette also has something called Burrow, and it says it deals 4+1 bludgeoning damage. I think this is a bug because it doesn't deal any damage at all. In fact, Burrow is going to do exactly what it says. It's going to burrow your Bulette, and it's going to go bye-bye. You will not see your Bulette ever again, so don't use Burrow. And the first thing that the Bulette does that you're going to do basically every time is bite, and it says it deals 4+1 bludgeoning damage once again, but it in fact deals 4d12 plus 4 damage, which I think is a maximum of 52, minimum of 8 damage. Pretty good damage for 105 HP. Now, when you're using your Bulette, keep in mind that it is a pretty damn big creature, so if you're trying to get him down to the Dwergar Lake, you might have to jump around and kind of maneuver around things and just play with it a little bit, but I have gotten all of the creatures down to the lake to fight the Dwergar. I'm not going to bring them down there for you guys in this video. I don't want to spoil everything. And that will be it for today's video. You guys don't even need a guide to the Underdark. All you need is a Bulette and a spectator in your party, and everything will be yours. You will dominate this dark, evil, but beautiful place. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I've thought about bringing you guys down into combat at the Dwergar Lake, but I'll let you guys do that on your own. I don't want to spoil everything like I said before, but I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys want to come hang out for some live streams on this channel, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. Right now I'm playing Demon Souls, but I'm also going to be playing Baldur's Gate 3, Solasta, all the good stuff, Cyberpunk, all that stuff. I'd love to see some of you guys here at a live stream. And I also obviously upload weekly videos. Thank you guys so much for the support. To be continued. Let me know in the comments below if you knew you could do this, or if you're going to try it. I'd love to hear your experience. Till next time.